This is a little bit a clusterfuck. This feels like spring, the spring fling at people's college, you know, where everybody gets shit-faced and like ends up like naked the next day and like, well, who are you? And like, I feel like Austin, like now I feel like South by Southwest is 2 weeks of like the spring fling day.
I miss the sound of your voice, and I miss the rush of your skin, and I miss the still of the
I've made a bunch of records, and I get inspired mostly by other music, by other people's songs. So that's what keeps me going, and 8 records in keeps, you know, the wheels churning, as it were. The last record, Some Mad Hope, was sort of about a relationship, like that I had had, and so Come On Get Higher is kind of the carnal part of the relationship, the dirty bits, the sort of the lay down sexy kind.
She said this talking just kind of wears me out, and all these salesmen, baby, make me tired. They're no good, but tell you the truth, she said, I've been getting used to liars.
For me, the most successful record is always the latest record. So it's like, because you sort of, as soon as you make a record, you move past it, hopefully. And so it's like you kind of go, oh yeah, that's great, but oh man, I can't wait to make the next one, you know? And so Modern Love, which is the new record, feels to me like the most realized. And it's ever evolving. I'm sure the next record after Modern Love will feel like, yeah, Modern Love was great, but it's like a touch, it's like a step in this process. So it's all this sort of evolving thing. But I really feel like on the new record, I really got groove and sounds that I dig, and just kind of pushed further out, you know, from the singer-songwriter thing into more of like an art thing, like a little bit more dynamic. I guess the new fans, I just like, when they come to the shows, it's cool because we get to play the older songs, you know? I've got records since '93, so I've been making them for a long time, and it's nice to, when the folks come out to the shows and they only know one song or they only know one record, it's fun to kind of like crack it open and be like, oh, here's a song I wrote in, you know, 1996, and you know, some of them I don't play because they're sort of like, yikes, but the ones that I dig, you know, it's fun to be able to expose people to the body of work, because I feel like the evolution of an artist is always the most important thing.
Still can feel you kiss me, love. Still can see your brown skin shine, shine.
So the first time my song was ever on a show that I liked, this was like the early 2000s, and I was a huge Dawson's Creek fan. I thought that show was like the shit. And they put one of my songs in this scene, a song called Loud, off my record, Still Waiting for Spring. And they put Loud in this like a 1.5 or like 2-minute scene. And it was fucking rad. I had like a VHS tape like of it, and I just watch it and be like, that's fucking awesome. These characters that like I've invested in my television show are now like fucking breaking up over my song. So it's pretty neat. TV placements for me are the shit. I mean, I like hearing my stuff on television, especially when people are being melodramatic and like getting ready to make out, or like someone's dying, so I love it. I fucking love it. I mean, I think when your songs get placed in a television show, even if it's a show that people think is shit, it always kind of enhances the song. Like, I've always felt moved by hearing my song in shows. And not because it's me, but because there's always, to sort of yoke it with like a great visual and a story and a dialogue. To me, it's like music and film, music and television is totally cool. I love it, man. I love it. Advice for aspiring writers is that you have to be smart enough to navigate everybody's opinions and take in what you need to take in, but you need to be too stupid to stop.
Hearts that beat, yeah, yeah. And I remember you and me.
Hey, I'm Matt Nathanson. Check out my show on Baeblemusic.com.